We're now close to a 10 out of 10 on dryness here in Denmark, and you can really see it on the plants. Today I've been staking up the historical rose garden and trying to keep them separate. Sometimes keeping historic roses separate is like telling children to behave nice and not steal candy from each other, because if you leave them alone, they will absolutely try to spread. And here we have the trial garden on my sandbox where I stick everything really. There's about 100 roses in it. And today I'll be continuing the yellow rose bed where I'm doing some more hedging on it, planting some more perennials. But really, I'm just trying to not move plants that are too fragile. And these lions mantle are not really that fragile. And here you have a few azaleas in bloom. Louis Bonnet is starting to open, and so is Hugonis rose, and also another rose called Eden. So those will be the first roses I'll be doing a review of in the new year, including a fragrance rating on all of them, of course, and health ratings. So stay tuned for that. That said, I'm kind of grateful for Denmark turning into a desert this year because it is helping me identify which plants are having health problems in really dry conditions, which I didn't have the option to test before in Denmark because Denmark has always been incredibly rainy. So I'm actually surprised Hugonis and also Lisbonnet is doing so well because Eden has a 10-year head start, a southern wall, and a lot of other advantages. Things are really putting on buds at the moment, and sadly I also think sometimes when you get a really heavy arid drought like we have just gotten, you also get a lot of insect problems. So I have really been fighting aphids this year because plants are so stressed this year because we're getting close to 10 out of 10 on the dryness scale. As I said, this is the trial bed. This is where I put roses I have high hopes for, but not extreme hopes. And if I find a really good rose in this more mass trial bed, what will happen often is I'll buy a tree of it and I'll plant it in a mass group, and it'll go into one of the color beds. If it's a white color rose, it'll go into the white bed. If a red, it'll go into the red bed. But I also have another method. Things I really want to observe that I've heard has amazing fragrance goes into these pots near to my house where I can really spoil them and give them the best treatment, but also really observe their growth habit and their health and how their fragrance is every time I walk the house. With 400 rose varieties, what I'm really doing now is trying to find those 10 out of 10 and double down